Greetings, everybody out there in YouTube land. I'm Coach Mark. This is my first instructional chess video here on YouTube, and I look forward to making a long series of thousands of the most interesting chess games in history, both published and unpublished. Through the years, I've collected a treasure trove of thousands of unpublished games, astonishing games, some of which I've played in. These games are going to include rare and unpublished games of former world champion Alexander Khalifman, Bobby Fischer, Garry Kasparov, current world number 20 Alexander Grishuk, Donald Trump, and even Saddam Hussein. That's right, I played Saddam Hussein twice. I'm going to show you those games in future lessons. Real quick, I am a chess teacher of many years, over 10 years, and I played chess for 52 years, since I was 7 years old. I love the game. It's a beautiful art. It changes minds, it changes souls, it enhances lives. I love it, but you didn't click to hear about me, you clicked to watch the game. So I want to tell you about it. Yes, I did play Magnus Carlsen. It was on his 11th birthday, November 30th, 2001. And I got in a simul on ICC. They had a raffle where you could sign up and take a chance, and I won. I was one of 30 people playing him, and I believe he had white in all the games. And he started out with d4, and I played knight f6. He played c4. I played e6. He played knight f3. And here, there's a lot of choices. You can make d5 very popular, inviting the queen's gambit. The move I made, b6, called the Queen's Indian. And Mr. Carlsen, young Mr. Carlsen, played knight c3. I fianchettoed my bishop, or fianchettoed, however you say it, to b7. Little Magnus played bishop g5. I responded with bishop b4. It looks like a type of Nimzo Indian now, with two bishops active for black. Now the next move that Magnus played was a move I'd never seen before in this Queen's Indian. He played knight to d2. I don't know that that is the right move. I don't think so. I think the computer likes a move like queen to b3. I think queen to c2 is also good. Bishop h4 is another computer move. It looks weird, but that way you can't attack it with h6. It's already protected. But Magnus played knight d2, and so I played h6. Maybe he should have played bishop h4. He does now. I played c5. Now the computer did not like that move of mine. The computer liked a very strange move. The computer liked e5. Now e5 does not look right. It looks like you're just losing a pawn. But look what happens. If you push e5 and he takes e5, which seems to win the knight, the bishop can take the knight here, and then if he takes the knight, the bishop can come back and win the pawn. If he trades bishops, then the queen will take back and be in beautiful, beautiful shape. But what happens if he takes the bishop on c3? Well, now we have only one move. Take a minute, think about it. What would you do here? And those of you that said g5 are absolutely correct. You have to attack the bishop because you can't move the knight, you'll lose your queen. But if he takes the knight, you win the bishop and you're up a little bit. After I played c5, he played a3. I traded bishop for knight. I played d6, the correct move. He played f3. My next move I thought was great. It connected my knights, knight b d7, but the computer said no. The computer said knight to c6 was the best move. To me, it seemed like it blocked the bishop and was up for attacks on d5, but that's what the computer says. Magnus played e3. I didn't like my queen on the pin. You try to unpin pieces when you can. I've already played h6, kicking his bishop back. I don't want to open up my king side just yet with g5, so I just want to get my queen off the schneid there. I wanted to get her away. So I played another move the computer didn't like. I played queen c7. The computer said queen e7 was a better move. White played e4. Now, I just immediately castled. Like, this was a simul where you have a lot of time to think about your moves, but to me, there was just nothing else to do but castle. The computer, however, liked knight h5. Maybe a little more protection, get that other knight over there, and have a couple knights on the king side, maybe. White bishop went back. Now here, once again, the computer recommended knight to h5, but I wanted to get my rook staring down his king. So I played rook fe8. Oh, and for those of you that wonder why I said two letters, both rooks can get to the e8 square, both the a rook and the f rook. So I moved my king rook to e8, so you have to say rook fe8. He played bishop e2. Third time in a row, the computer likes knight h5. What do you think I played? Knight h5. This time I got it right. Magnus brings his bishop back. I move that knight up, attacking the other bishop. Now Magnus played a very natural move here, yet the computer hates it. The computer says white should castle here, and then black is up minus 0.28, which is just not even a third of a pawn, but it's a little bit. But Magnus wants to save his bishop pair. That's his advantage right now, so he plays the f1. But now if you notice, his king is really kind of in the middle. Where's it going to go? He's going to have to reshuffle things quite a bit. So I continue my assault. I played d5, striking in the center. He played g3, which I knew was coming. I knew he was going to kick that knight out of there. I got to bring it back to g6. And now he trades on d5. And now he pushes. Now the computer said here, instead of e5, to play bishop g2, then he could castle, which would make a lot of sense. But he didn't do that. He just pushed in the center. Now this was the point in the game where I was conflicted. In a way, I didn't really know what to do, because I see he's going to play bishop g2 or even h3 soon. He's going to get castled soon. He's got the center. I can take c takes d4, but then he's going to take cd4, and then his rook's going to come to c1. My queen's going to be limited. I felt like I was losing here, maybe. But then the second part of me said, wait a minute. I've seen this position before. It looks so familiar. You know, it was funny. The position I had about a month ago, very similar to this position, but it was not a Queen's Indian. It was an old baloney. It's a funny thing that we call the old Benoni, Benoni. We just call it the old baloney because we're tired of playing it. And I racked my brain. Luckily, Magnus was taking his time playing the other people. And I said, look, he's supposed to beat me, right? He's a master. Even at 11 years old, he's a dangerous master. So I'm supposed to lose to him. Why don't I take a chance on something that I think is a very good move, even though most people would disagree with me? Most people might play their a rook to c8, or maybe people would play their bishop back to readjust it to attack if the bishop goes to h3. Maybe some people would play f6 even to try to weaken the pawn that way. But I saw, he's just going to play f4, so what good is that, right? So I searched my soul and I played the knight sack. Knight d, the one down here, takes e5. I sack my knight. because now I win a second pawn. Bishop comes to e2 to block. Rook a e8. Again, double letter. We're moving the rook on the a square over to e8, not the rook on e5 back to e8. Otherwise, that would be rook e e8. So this is rook a e8. Okay, so now Magnus finally castles, and I am licking my chops because that bishop is hanging there. Get myself a free bishop. He plays rook e1 to challenge my rook. We trade. And now, once again, I was thinking, okay, I know one of the big principles in chess is to make all your pieces as powerful as they can be. Well, the e8 rook is great. The knight is okay. He's kind of defending the king. He's controlling e5. He's okay. The queen's a little limited. But the bishop, by far, is my worst piece, right? So I wanted to improve my worst piece. That's a real good rule of thumb in chess. Find your worst piece when everything else is calmed down, right? His king's castled, nothing's under attack, you're okay, you just don't know what to do. Find your worst piece and improve it. So I played bishop a6. Now, the computer said I should have played either queen e5 or d4. But it also said the move I made was okay. Bishop f2. Not. This is something I teach all my students, even if they're 6 years old or if they're 86 years old. I say, get yourself pig squares. I call everything on the 7th rank pig squares. And all my kids ask, gee, Coach Mark, why do you call it the pig square? Why do you call it the pig file? I say, because once you get a rook down there, it eats and eats and eats like a pig. Because it does. It goes and eats all the pawns across the strip. It attacks pieces. It does everything. So get your rook on the pig square, on the pig file. Get 2 rooks on the pig file if you can. So Magnus's move, he didn't try to attack that rook. He just played c4. He really couldn't attack it too much. There wasn't too much he could do. He's kind of running out of moves. So now I centralize my queen up on e5. And now, according to the computer, little Magnus makes the worst mistake of the game. He took the pawn on d5. Can anyone see why that was a mistake? Take a minute. So see, the computer says the rook should have played to c1 because the rook can now take this knight, and if the queen takes back, then I win the rook on a1 with check, and then the king goes to g2, and then queen f1, checkmate. So little Magnus resigned, and I won. Now, of course, I probably couldn't beat Magnus today. He's the strongest player in the world, strongest player that ever was probably. But at least I can say I have a positive score, 1-0, undefeated, against Magnus Carlsen. And not a lot of people can say that. Okay, now I'm going to tell you a few more things about what's coming up. Again, I mentioned all those amazing games I have, the most exciting games, unpublished games by Bobby Fischer, Gary Kasparov, Alexander Khalifman, Krishuk, and I want to show you those in future lessons, so please go ahead and click on that subscribe button, please. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel. It's free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. I don't charge people like some folks do. All I ask is that you do click subscribe so that you can see all my videos. If I get 500 subscribers, I can get a sponsor, and then I can really give free lessons to the world. That's what I want. So have your friends subscribe. Do everything you can to subscribe. Also, if you would, hit the like button if you like this. I hope you do. That also helps me with the YouTube algorithm. I really appreciate it. I want to spread chess everywhere in the world. In fact, I do chess simul, so I play 30 people at a time, 40 people at a time. I win almost all the games. Corporate events, if they're having a grand opening, say, of a new furniture store, we'll set up tents and tables and chessboards, and I'll play all day long. And this is what I do as a service that I do charge for. Yes, I do offer lessons. We have group lessons, family lessons, and I'm working on doing worldwide lessons one-on-one as well. But you get a better price on the group lessons or the family lessons. And you get homework, so if you don't like homework, don't take lessons from me. I want you to be good if you're paying good money to me, so homework is critical. But it's fun homework. It's not like the boring homework. It's really fun, and you'll see real improvement in your chess playing if you take my lessons. Now, my sponsor, one of my sponsors I told you about, they said once I get 500 subscribers, they are going to sponsor me, and they want to give a gift of money to folks that subscribe to my channel. Check this out. A company called A1 Financial USA is giving away checks to people like you, $500 up to $5,000. This is if you're in the United States. To anyone that simply sends them a U.S. business that needs funding and takes funding of at least $10,000. So let's say you have an uncle, he owns a barber shop. He gets a loan for $10,000. You just made 500 bucks for saying, hey, Uncle Joe, go to a1financialusa.com and apply. Let me know, say, hey, Uncle Joe's going to apply. His name is Joe Smith, right? He's going to apply. Let me know. You can reach me through that business's website. They sent an email for me, Coach Mark at A1, letter A, number 1, financialusa.com. And just shoot me an email. Say, hey, Coach Mark, I'm sending you my Aunt Tilly. She owns a flower shop. She needs some money. Please send me my check. And they will. They will send you that. 30 days after the merchant pays, you get your check. So it's fantastic. And there's no limit. If you know like 10 people need business loans, go there. Send it. Let me know each one of them. I will make sure you get paid. You also get passive money if they renew too. So it's a good way to make passive income. They actually have programs where you can become a full-time affiliate and a full-time franchisee. Just go ahead on their website. I'll put some links at the end. Just watch the links at the end of the video. It'll tell you everything you need to know if you're interested. We all need money to live on, right? We want to study chess like I do. I want to do nothing but study chess all day long and watch YouTube videos of chess. It's the greatest thing on earth, right? But you need money. You got to pay the bills. You got to eat. Got to pay the rent, right? So this is the way you can make money very quickly, very easily, and have the rest of your day to study chess. Oh, they can also get you loans. If you need a personal loan, they can do personal loans up to $50,000. You need a credit score of 550 or higher. If you happen to be over 700, they can get you a loan up to $625,000. It's based upon your income and your credit score, but that's how much they can give you. A1 Financial is a really good company. I highly recommend working with them. I also offer video production. If you have a business, you want a video to put on YouTube or Vimeo or television, I fully produce videos. One last thing about A1. A1 Financial USA offers business loans from $5,000 up to $500 million. Now, of course, you have to have enough revenue to get $500 million, and you have to have property. But they offer unsecured loans with no property needed up to $15 million. So if you have a business doing a lot of money, or you know someone with a business doing a lot of money, they need $15 million, they can go up to that. Okay, thank you once again for hitting the subscribe button and clicking the like button. I love you all. Please leave comments if you have criticism, constructive or otherwise. It's fine by me. I like to hear what you say.
No trolling allowed.
I love chess. I want to spread chess. I want to help every one of you get better at chess. And hopefully we can all play someday. And hopefully we'll have a simul. And churches. One more thing. Churches are very good for that. I'm doing a simul with the Lighthouse Church here in Southern California this summer. I'm going to be playing a whole bunch of folks that helps bring in folks to the church for community outreach programs. So another thing I can do is help your community. Okay, you can reach me once again at Coach Mark at A1financialusa.com. See you on the other side.